Hey guys, welcome back to the corner. Hey, so with the TOA reset coming up tonight, I decided that I wanted to do a video on Mav, the Wind Penguin. Now, the reason that TOA is influential in this is Mav is probably one of the best monsters for TOA runs, especially if you're a free-to-play player, as he is a little difficult to get and skill up, but he is still one of the best monsters that you can come across. So, what makes him so great? Well, first let's look at his skills and then we'll bounce back to his stats. So, looking at his skills, his first skill is just an attack, has a 50% chance to stun. Not great there, so what are you talking about, Drac? Well, second skill heals himself by 25% of his max HP and taunts the enemy, provoking them for one turn. This is great for crowd controlling and controlling things like bosses that might go after weaker party members or squishier party members. You can force them to attack Mav, and it heals him. It's great. But his third skill is really his bread and butter. So his third skill does several things. First, it removes one harmful effect from all allies. Second, it decreases the cooldowns of all their skills by one turn, so they get to use their third skills more often. And thirdly, it increases their attack speed for 2 turns. So he's a speed boost. He takes a turn off their cooldowns, so they can do a lot more. And he removes harmful effects. If they only have one on them, then you remove them all. If they have more than one, then you get to get rid of one. And then his leader skill is a health bonus for wind monsters. So that third skill, though, is just killer, and I'll explain why in a moment. So, looking at his stats, he is an HP-based monster all the way, especially with that second skill of his. His first skill is only based on attack, which you can see his base attack is abysmal. Don't worry about it. His first skill is really just there as a possible stun and a turn waster as opposed to an actual damaging ability. So build him HP for his second skill. You want to have some defense on there. I would say try and get him to at least 800 defense. 1,000 or 1,200 would be better, but 800 is a good milestone. And you want to get him as close to 200 speed as you can. Now, you can actually drop his speed down to around 170 or so if you decide to do violent runes. Right now I have him on Swift runes, Swift Guard, but I actually do have a violent set that I only need one more rune for, and I'm going to be switching him over to violent. Um, but yeah, the reason that turn cooldown in that third turn is so killer is I'll just tell you guys about the team that I use when I'm fighting the old man for TOA 100. So I use Spectre, which we covered in a previous video. I use Mav, I use Beretta, and I use Basalt. And then I keep oh, sorry, my phone is getting weak, so I plugged in the computer to charge. But anyway, and then my fifth character is usually Emma or Bella. So what this enables him to do is between Basalt and Spectra, reducing everybody's turns globally by reducing their attack bar, and Beretta, who can reduce one person's attack bar down to 0. When I'm fighting the old man, I can often make it so he only gets 1 or 2 attacks through the entire battle. The rest of the time, I'm just sitting there beating on him, slowly wearing him down. Mav is essential to that, though, because without Mav's third skill, I wouldn't get the other skill ups in time. So you really need Mav for that. Um, Unfortunately, you can't get him in a secret dungeon. You got to just get lucky with the Penguin Knights and getting them in scrolls. But since they are 3 stars, they're difficult but not impossible. And Com2uS has actually given us a couple Penguin Knight dungeons already for our monthly weekend dungeons. I would say if... Stop popping up, you stupid thing. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to just unplug it. If it dies, it dies. We'll keep talking. Um, So yeah, if you do see a Penguin Knight Weekend dungeon come up, even if it's not Mav, I would grab it and grab a bunch of them as skill ups for when you do eventually get Mav, because he is totally worth it. Rune-wise, Swift is always good. You need to have as much speed as you can. And Violent is good too, just because it gives him extra turns, so he's more likely to get that third skill off more often. Um, Otherwise, HP all the way. I've got mine runed with... We'll just go around, but he's speed, HP, HP, I believe. Yep, speed, HP, HP. Alright. So his accuracy could be a little better, but I got his speed just barely under 200, which is I wanted it about 200. He's got 27k HP, It's awesome. For his sub runes, focus is always good. I would say if anything that's not a direct damage dealer, focus runes are probably a good choice for. He's got a high base health, so you could easily do shield runes on him. Energy runes are never bad. I've got him on guard because I wanted that little extra defense. He's worth it all the way for those stats. Any one of those is good. Uh, let's see. Sorry about that. Kind of lost my train of thought midway there. But yeah, other options, don't worry about Blade. Obviously, that's useless. Endure runes, I just find the resistance in TOA just doesn't seem to do a lot. Um, Having some there is good, of course, but I've taken resistance leads into TOA and had guys on resistance runes, and even guys near 100% were still getting nailed. So I just don't really believe in endure runes. If you want to use them in PvP, will runes are good. In TOA or PvP, nemesis runes are really good on this guy. Or you can even bring some of the leader skill runes in. But yeah, that's all I've got for Mav. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please put them in the comments below. If you would please like and share this video, let others know that I'm out there. Please subscribe, and we will see you guys next time in the corner.